I know black. I know black. I know black. Imposible. I know black. I'm Dominican. I'm Puerto Rican. I know black. Be looking just like me. Be having the same hair. I be touching you like, it's not the same. It's not the same. And they try to salsa that shit off. I be like, no, it's not the same. I know black. Negro nunca, nunca. I'm like, no, you black. No, no, no. I know black. Dominican. I go, I know, but you're black. No, 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 papi.
Didn't we just watch one of my last videos, guys, where we talked about colorism, racism, classism? We talked about it all. And here we are. My God. Now listen, for the people that don't know, we have a breakup, guys. Now, people break up all the time. Relationship go bad all the time. That's nothing new. But why I chose to talk about this specific breakup is because this ties in with the current climate we are living in. People are quick to say, don't make a race issue out of this, and we got to. Today we are talking about JaNa Craig and Kenny Rodriguez. Now for the people that don't know them, and I for one was one of them. Now Kenny Rodriguez is Dominican and JaNa is a black girl. She was actually born in Hawaii. She grew up also a part of her life in Japan. Now this couple finished third place, I think, behind the winners Serena Page and Cordell Beckham. They ended third place, but they were still one of the fan favorites. The thing is, they have been with each other for a year. And recently, the internet blew up because after a year, this couple broke up. I was like, what is so special about them breaking up? People break up all the time. Let's first go to JaNa's long statement that she put out when things were kind of heating up. Hi, my loves. Thank you for all your love and support. It means the world to me. As you know, Kenny and I are no longer together. Please know that I've seen all the breakup theories and none have matched up to how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing it truly is. Discover that someone you love isn't who you thought they were and that the relationship you thought you were building hasn't been genuine since day one has been truly devastating. Thank you for you respecting my privacy, and please know as a child of God, I will be okay. I think Kenny also put out a message. And his message said something in the lines of, breakups are never easy. Sometimes, despite how deeply you care for someone, you come to the hard truth that the relationship was not something that could last long term. When Kenny Rodriguez put that statement out, JaNa was like, hold up now, sir. Hold the F up. Now, my first statement was me being nice. Don't tempt me to go all out. Now, people were glued. They were like, you were being nice? Shut the F up? Like, is this JaNa? Like, what is going on here? Now, some of JaNa's friends came out. Some of the contestants of that show came out too, putting all sorts of statements out. Like, take some accountability. Stop lying for once. You clout chase. They went all in. I was like, okay, I'm invested now. Let me see. Let me see what this Dominican, because we all know I'm no black.
You are black, Papo.
I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're black.
No, I'm no black, Dominican.
Papo, you're not Dominican, you black.
I'm no black, Dominican.
You Dominican, I'm black.
No black, Dominican.
All right. Okay. I got more for you if you want. We'll get into that in a minute because there is a history behind that type of behavior. Now, when she put that statement out, people were like, ooh, what is going on? Come to find out, Kenny went into group text with his friends and he stated that he does not like black women. He actually finds them disgusting and he can't wait to be over with all of this shit so he can F hella women. Now, did JaNa put it out? Absolutely not. One of her friends did. So her friend decided to put it all out, more or less what was in the text. And it said, my advice for women in relationship, if you have access, go through your man's phone today. Search keywords like, I don't like black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for cloud. I can't wait to be done with this so I can F hella bitches. I don't like black women. But this is when you have this transactional relationship. We've seen this on family channels on social media. We've seen this numerous times where people not only have 1, 2, but 3, 4, 5, 6 kids just to stay relevant. For a little bit of change and some relevancy, they make a whole family out of 6 kids. Just to stay together, be relevant, and get that check. And she was very liked. So staying around her for him did a lot for his image. He didn't really have a personality, I heard. He didn't really have that charisma that you would follow, but being around her, being in her proximity, brought him so much more because he could monetize off of everything as long as he stayed close to her. But JaNa, let me talk to you. Because the clips that I've seen, the proof was already in the pudding. There was not one red flag or two. There were tens and tens of red flags I've seen. And if you got, I didn't see any red flags. I watched the show. Well, I don't. Let me show you some of the red flags I've seen.
But what's my favorite fruit?
Watermelon?
No.
Watermelon. And you could think, okay, Deb, but there was kind of jokey joke, and that's not real. Oh, all right, let's move on.
6, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You see his face. He's already letting you know, guy.
You guys, I'm killing it. And Kenny. Give me your hands. Come on. Come on. You have to trust me, Kenny.
Don't want to touch hand. No, don't touch me. You can see the way he looks at her. Oftentimes very performative. But she is so up in her own world that you miss the signs, girl. The one you are laying next to does not like you.
Go brush your teeth before you start breathing hot breath on my face and contaminating my skin cells.
You're sleeping with the ops.
Sevens. Kenny. Kenny. You opened the door for everyone but me. I had to run.
The ops girl. People have been saying, don't put racism into this. Yes, we will. Because looking at the whole history in the Dominican Republic, I talk about the Cubans all the time, but the Dominicans. First, let's talk about something that not many people are ready to admit, and that is internalized racism in the Dominican Republic. Now, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not talking about all Dominicans. I am also not talking about only the Dominican culture, because internalized racism is embedded in a lot of cultures. The Black culture. I've seen it in the Korean culture. Like, there is a lot of internalized racism going around, but people find it very hard to admit because it's in their own community. Now, hear me well. Dominicans, some of them, not all, some, they have whitewashed their whole ancestry, their whole heritage. Now, especially the older generation often prefers to reject their African heritage and preferring to identify as Spanish or white. This isn't just about pride. This is about centuries of histories where African roots were kind of suppressed to avoid stigma. So many Dominicans do not like to welcome Black people within their families. That has been embedded in their culture. So this internalized racism stems from complex history tied to the island's past. You already know that the Dominicans share their island with Haiti. It's one and the same people. Trust and believe. And that tension between Haiti and the Dominican Republic kind of ties in to how Dominicans, I think, view Blackness. So when we look at the Dominican Republic's background, the first inhabitants of this island were actually the Taino people. This whole island was colonized in the 15th centuries, and they were colonized by the Europeans. So the Spanish people colonized the eastern part of the island, and that's the Dominican Republic. And then the French colonized the western part of the island, which is Haiti. And then Haiti became the first Black republic that was independent, I think in 1804. So they became the first independent nation in Latin America after a successful slave revolt. And the Dominicans regained independence much later. So they gained independence, I think in 1844, which of course were years and years and years later, breaking away from that Haitian rule, which has controlled the island from 1822, I think, to all the way up to 44. So they were breaking away from it. You see the tension. So historically, there have been times of rivalry and tension and conflict between these two nations. So when the Dominicans wanted to really set themselves aside from Haiti because of the tension or whatever, they actually set themselves aside by saying, listen, we're Spaniards, we are not those black Haitians that controlled that island for quite a while. And then this dynamic obviously grew and grew. And it contributed to this whole race, culture, migration, background, that they have. So the Dominicans have a strong cultural tendency to identify as white, as Spaniards or Spanish, and often downplays or denies their African ancestry. They want, a lot of times they don't want nothing to do with it. This is something that a lot of Dominicans don't want to talk about, but they're very candid, very open about this. So it's so much deeper than that. Hence why the fear that will kind of reverse their whole whitewashing that they have done for years. We are not black. Now, they can be darker than me, and they will still say, I'm not black. But when they say they're not black, I don't think they only mean the color, just the whole heritage. They want nothing to do with it. And it stems from that history, but it goes over to the kids and the grandkids.
Dominican moms be like, ¿y cuáles son esas? Estas son las de ella, que se parecen a ella. This is the doll that I got her. Ella no le gusta esa muñeca.
So when you look at Kenny Rodriguez, to circle back after this history lesson, guys, this could very well be a family that he was in, because like I said, not all Dominicans, you have some Afro-Dominicans that are very proud of their African heritage. But most of them will tell you themselves.
This situation with Kenny and JaNa does not surprise me as someone who's part Dominican. Dominicans are inherently colorist. And I'm speaking as a morena. I think that it's shameful, but I am not surprised. I've been treated differently, like from my own family members. That are light-skinned. So I'm not surprised. There is an inherent racist background with Dominicans, and it's so sad because that's part of the reason why I don't embrace that side of me.
So he probably, looking at him, grew up in that. Even though he has African heritage, you could see his hair and everything, he will still say, I don't like black women. I don't like black. And then you can discuss with, but maybe his preference is just not a black woman. No, it's not. This is just a snippet that they let out. According to JaNa, it goes way deeper than that. He don't like black. To not like you because the color of your skin, that is something totally different. That hits so deep that this will cause you some mental issues for quite a while. Because the color of your skin is not something you can shake off. It is not something that you can wash off. So when you put your trust all in one person, for them to turn around and say they didn't like you in the first place because you're black, it will crush you. But to me, it begins by acknowledging your heritage, where you come from, and be proud of it. Instead of internalizing racism within our own communities. Who's lighter, who's darker, who has better hair. What is better hair? It's crazy. This is what colonizing people does. Instead of us embracing all the shades that we have, all the culture we have, my God, we are all types of shades, and just be so proud. No. We have learned, put us up against each other. If you were this shade of color, you got that privilege. If you get this, you could be a house Negro. You don't have to work the field. If you get that, if you look like this, then you could actually, the slave master liked you, and then you can. Need I go on? I never heard a white person say, I'm Peach and you are a Snow White type of, and you are. But that's neither here nor there. Now, she has God in her life, and she clearly stated, I am going to be okay. And sister, you are, because as we black women are, we will bounce back with a quickness. Because once we bounce back the way we do this, ooh, Guys, so sister, I'm waiting for your comeback. You will get over this. Ask questions when dating people from within different communities. How do your family feel about this? What are their real feelings about? Do they know about? I mean, just ask. Go over there, see what the climate is, because this ain't it. But let me know what you think and put it in the comments, guys. Let's look out for each other. Keep each other informed when it comes to things like this. It's very important. For the people that did not know what's going on with Dominicans and Cubans and even within your own culture, maybe in your own black culture, whatever, that internalized racism is everywhere. Look into it. Well, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you for spending your time with your girl. You know I appreciate it. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.